Welcome to G3, Gaming, Gadgets, and Guests, a monthly podcast from 702 Communications. I'm your host, Brian Cromit. On today's show, we're going to do a recap of our last week's gaming meetup. We're going to talk about what happened there and what's coming up in the upcoming meetups. I'm also going to talk about streaming devices, the Apple TV, the Roku, and the Fire TV. You've probably heard of them, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about what makes each unique. We're also going to talk with Chuck Wendlick from Iron Boots, a local gaming group. So stay tuned. All right, we're back. So 702 sponsored a meetup last week. I don't know if you heard about it, but we invited gamers and game developers and basically anybody who wanted to come to Myriad Mobile and just had a conversation about what we can do with gaming in Fargo. And so thank you to everybody who came. Thank you to Myriad Mobile for hosting us. And special thanks to Derek from Rockstar for providing the energy beverages to keep us all going. If you weren't there, here's what you missed. We put together, like I say, an invite just to the general gaming community, and we were ecstatic to see everybody that showed up. We had developers there, we had gamers there, we had actors there, we had writers there, we had all kinds of interest, and we had Kyle Wyke from Beach Interactive who did a presentation on his platform, and he took some good comments from the audience, and we got some good feedback from everybody there about where to take that next. So we're looking forward to the next meetup. We're going to putting one together again here in June, and we're looking to have just a little bit different format than we had. Like I say, we kind of just threw it out there to see who would come and who was interested in what, and I think we're going to have something new and exciting for everyone, so we hope we see everybody that attended there again in June, and there will be more information about that meetup on Meetup, on our social media, and we'll try to get it out everywhere you saw it before. And we hope that next time, if you did come, you're going to come again and bring a friend.
Imagine a guy sitting in his darkened room. He's wearing a headset and microphone. His hands work feverishly in the darkness, lit only by the light of his computer screen. It's been hours since he's eaten, days since he's seen the light of day. He is a gamer. He's obsessed, and he requires a connection that is lightning fast and stable enough for him to fend off his attackers. Now, if we can keep this guy happy, think how happy we can make you and your business. 702 is IT. 702com.biz.
Welcome back. And I would like to welcome Chuck Wendlick from Iron Boots for our guest segment. Chuck, thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks
nice to see you again.
You too.
Talk to me a little bit about Iron Boots. What are you guys?
Well, we're a local gaming organization that focuses on streaming, producing tournaments, having local events, kind of just stuff that we know people want to see but doesn't really get organized too often.
So how did you guys get started?
Well, this is a deep history of a couple of years. It started out as just a podcast show that I asked my buddy to do with me, but the work ethic was really low, so I just tanked it and said that we're done. Then a few months later, I had a buddy who was like, dude, we never hang out anymore. I want to hang out with you this summer. Let's make a list of video games we'll play. And I was like, okay, we can do that. And then all of a sudden he called me the next day. He's like, forget everything I just said. Let's buy recording equipment and do it on the internet. And I was like, okay, well, I already got a name. Let me talk to the other guy, see if he's cool with me using it and everything. And he actually wanted in on the action, so I added a few more people. And then we started last year, May 24th. So our 1 year's coming up. Since then, we did a Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament last June, which had about 50 people show up. People really liked it. And it kind of blew up on us overnight like that, because the very next day I got home and logged onto my Facebook account and just immediately, when's the next tournament? When are the videos going up? We want more. And I was like, guys, I don't know.
So how did you pick Super Smash Brothers? Is that just something you'd always loved, or is that something you guys just decided, hey, let's try this and see where it goes? Or
we knew with the local colleges, NDSU and MSUM, that they had some light Smash Brothers activities going on. And we kind of decided, we really like Smash Brothers. We've played it since 2001. And we always wished that when we were growing up or in high school that there was a place we could go to just play Smash with our friends, whether we want to be competitive, get better, get tips, whatever we wanted to do. So we decided, okay, Smash Brothers is a really big deal. So that's something we should do. But we don't want to just be known for that. So then when we did our big Brawl tournament, we asked everybody who came out, what other tournaments do you guys want to see? Mm-hmm. And people demanded Mario Kart. It was really surprising to us that they wanted that. And then they won by a landslide. There was Mario Kart with Smash Brothers right behind it. And then probably 10 or 20 votes away was Street Fighter, but there was still a decent amount there. So it was really surprising how much demand for Smash Brothers and Mario Kart people had in the FM area.
So let's talk about Mario Kart. When you say Mario Kart, are you talking like the first Mario Kart, like N64 Mario Kart? Are you talking modern Mario Kart, or what are you talking?
We're talking Mario Kart 8, though that's usually what we choose to do. We have had a few people ask us to do the N64 and the Super Nintendo, but they're very small numbers. Okay. So we usually just stick with the modern Mario Kart because it's easier to find equipment for it and a little easier to record with as well, so we can upload it to our YouTube page.
Okay. So you talk about hosting events. Tell us a little bit about that. What have your events looked like up till now?
So when we did Brawl, we expected 20 people to show up because that's what they said. That's what Facebook said were coming. But we had 45, 50 show up. It was very surprising. And then we decided to do Mario Kart. And sometimes I'm a little bad at when I plan my events. I forget to check what the rest of the world is doing. So when we held our Mario Kart tournament last September, it was on the exact same day as a home Bison game. But we still had 32 people show up for a full bracket. And that went pretty well. We did a Smash 4 launch tournament at VidCycle last November when it came out.
Cool.
We had 70 to 80 people show up for that. Then over our break that we take between November and December, we conduct a lot of polls to decide what our next calendar events will look like. And a lot of people wanted monthly Smash events. So we decided, okay, we'll meet up once a month, every month near the end. We'll have Smash Brothers Melee, Project M, Smash 4. Basically, if you get 10 people to show up to play the game, we'll make sure you have a station to play it on.
Oh, right on.
And we give out cash prizes. So that's the type of stuff we do. We really do what people want to see. So with our 1-year event coming up just this weekend, people wanted more Mario Kart. They're saying there's too much Smash Brothers. We need more Mario Kart. Well, we heard you, and it's coming.
So your meetups are held where?
Usually they're held at West Acres. They've been catering to us really well since we first started, but they're doing construction over the summer. So our planned events of June, July, and August kind of just got thrown up in the air, and I'm attempting to find new venues to get that stuff back in play. I think we'll be okay for May, but June through August, still looking for a new venue.
All right, so that's out there. If you're really looking to host Iron Boots in the next coming months, talk to me at 702, and we'll see if we can figure something out with you. So do you have any other challenges with this group? Obviously, this month in West Acres with the construction, that's a challenge. Any other challenges to getting the message out or anything else?
One of the things that I find a little difficult is the advertising aspect. We do a lot of word of mouth. We don't do too much at the colleges. I think you're allowed to come in and put up a flyer, but I never know how to go about that, so I don't really do it.
Okay.
So usually it's word of mouth. We talk to the local gaming stores like VidCycle, GameStop. They kind of spread the word. I think one of the most difficult challenges for any person is learning how to deal with communities versus individuals. So one of the tough challenges, this has all been a learning experience for all of us since we launched, and it has gone much quicker and faster than we thought it would. Mm-hmm. So when you get community feedback, you really have to be able to separate the fact that it's feedback on how your group could be doing better versus feedback on how terrible you are.
I understand that. Yep.
So that can be a challenge, not only for me, but for some of my staff. They take it to heart sometimes, and I have to remind them, don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
Not everybody is diplomatic in their criticism.
Like, just as many fans as we have, we're also going to have haters too. So
absolutely. And you got to look at the people that love you, and if you can get some constructive criticism from the people that don't, and work that in, and still stay true to your core group, then that's perfect too. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Right. That's how I feel too.
So your next meetup is when?
We are meeting this weekend, the 23rd, for our 1-year celebration community event, where we're going to give away some stuff. We're having free venue fees. We're going to play some Mario Kart 8, and it's just a big thank you to the community for helping us be alive through all their donations, their support, their love for what we do. So I really just want to give a big thank you to them and celebrate our 1 year of being alive. And then after that, it's May 30th, which is the Smash Monthly, where we'll have Melee, Project M, Super Smash Bros. 4,
And everyone's welcome.
Yep, everybody can come.
And if they want more information, they can find it where?
You can find it on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/ironboots.3. Or if you've got a Twitter, you can follow us at iron_boots.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of fun. I hope everybody checks you out and you have a great time. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck, for coming on the show. And we'll look forward to more from you in the future.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
And for the gaming segment. Today, the gaming segment and the gadget segment are kind of together. And I'm going to talk about streaming devices, which you wouldn't necessarily associate with gaming, but I'm going to show you that there is a tie-in. So I don't know how many of you are out there that are using these streaming devices. I mean, smart TVs are out there, and I understand a lot of you do streaming, Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and all those things through smart devices. But if you're somebody like me that hopped on the smart TV bandwagon early, you understand that the user interface really wasn't great on the early smart TVs. And if you're kind of cheap like me, you haven't given up on your smart TV just because the user interface wasn't very good. So these other devices came out, like the Apple TV and the Roku and most recently the Fire TV. And all of those do basically the same thing as your streaming TV or your smart TV. They've got all the apps. They've got the Netflixes and the Hulus and the Amazon and other independent content that really give you access to all of this content for you to consume in a much more user-friendly interface. Apple is great, especially if you're a diehard Apple fan, if you use the iTunes store, if you buy your video content there. Apple's perfect because Apple's the only device that you can get Apple content on across the board. So if everything else that you have is Apple, the interface is great. It's simple, it's easy, it just works, and Apple TV is a great platform. Personally, I do like Apple, but I also like Amazon, and I like having access to a lot of different content, and so I tried out the Roku as well. And my favorite thing about the Roku, though it's not quite as slick, it's not quite as polished, the thing that I really like about the Roku is if you download all these apps, if you've got Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and any number of other content apps, you can do a search for a show or a movie or whatever, and it'll bring up the content from each provider that offers it, and it'll show you where you can get it. Sometimes it's on Netflix. You could also buy it on Amazon, or you could buy it on MGO or whatever, but it'll give you all of those options. And so that search feature really is a killer feature for content if you want to just stream. Like I say, the downsides to Roku, at least in the more entry level models like the Roku Stick and the Roku One and stuff like that, it doesn't have quite the processing power, so it's a little bit laggy in the user interface. But that search feature for content really makes it a worthwhile consideration. Amazon came out with their own device. It's called Fire TV, and shortly after that, they released the Fire TV Stick. And I bought the Fire TV Stick because I wanted to see what it was all about. I had heard that it was better than the Roku Stick, and really the user experience is night and day better. The processor's better, the RAM is better. The interface is just a little bit different. You still got the streams of apps, and you can get everything as far as content goes except Apple. Same on the Roku. You can get everything but Apple. You've got Amazon and Hulu and Netflix and HBO and Showtime and pretty much all the content you could look for. But the thing that's kept me using the Fire Stick is you can also download games. And now, I've always been the kind of guy who doesn't spend a lot of time on app games because they're pretty simple and they're not, I like the more complicated RPGs and the first person shooters and all of this stuff. And why in the world would I want to spend time playing a game on my TV? I mean, that's what we had when we had Pong, right? It was simple and blocky and you're not going to get the same experience. And I thought that was going to be the case until I saw Amazon's featured app for a game a couple months ago. Was this game called Crossy Road. And Crossy Road, I read the description, and basically it sounded to me like Frogger. If any of you old guys out there remember Frogger, it's just you with a little pixel character trying to get across a busy road without getting hit by a car or eaten by an alligator or whatever. And it doesn't sound like the kind of game that's going to be very engrossing. But I decided, it's free. I'll download it and we'll see how it goes. And I got to tell you, I have spent more time playing that stupid Crossy Road game than anything else lately. All of my Xboxing has gone by the wayside because if I've got 10 minutes, I'm going to go play Crossy Road. And the thing about Crossy Road, you've got all these characters, so you're not just the little frog, though you can be a frog. In fact, I think you can be 3 or 4 different frogs. You can also be an elephant. It's called Disco Zoo. It's a pink elephant that hops around, and every once in a while a disco ball comes on and disco music comes on and there's flashing lights, and it's all very weird. But there's all these different characters to unlock, and there's these little side missions, like you need to go while you're jumping across the road, you need to scare birds, or you need to hop so many times or whatever. And it's still a basic like Frogger type game because you're still just seeing how far you can hop before you get hit by a car or jump in the water or get hit by a train or something else startling and sometimes gruesome. Not really. It's not gruesome. It's not at all PG. It's completely G. But you should see, you get a group of friends together, and you should just see people hoot and holler the first time you get hit by a train when you're trying to hop across the train tracks. And the other thing that Crossy Road has really done in my family is it's brought me and my boys together, sitting on the couch at night, just trying to best each other. Because once you get to a certain level, that becomes the high score, and then it's just I'm gonna play until I beat you, and then there's a lot of trash talk, and then I'm gonna play till I beat you, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth. So for that reason, I'm going to tell you that if you don't have a Fire TV stick, you should get a Fire TV stick for the content, but also for Crossy Road. Crossy Road is my recommended game of this month. You can also get it on your phone, iOS, Android. I will tell you this much, though. I don't think it's as fun if you don't have that little controller stick in your hand and you're actually doing the clicking. It's best on the Fire TV. And that's it. Thanks again to Chuck from Iron Boots for joining us. We'll see what we can do to help with that next June meetup for him. And thanks again to everyone who came to our gaming meetup. Check us out there at meetup.com, Fargo Gaming Meetup. We'd love to hear from all of you who came. We'd love to hear from any of you who didn't. What would you really love to see in a meetup? And we'll see what we can do to make that happen. Thanks again for listening. Again, I'm Brian Cromit from 702 Communications, and until next time, Fargo, game on.
Don't try to tell me